There we are. There we go. There it is. Pop the collar out there. Pop the collar. Pop the collars. For all you mother fathers out there. This is the motherfucking fresh and funky here. We are doing a motherfucking sports cast here. Talk about what the day of sports is here. Obviously, we got football tonight. Obviously, the big game everybody wants to talk about and wants to know about is Thursday night football between the Denver Broncos at home taking on the Matt Ryan Colts. Now, I said Matt Ryan because Jonathan Taylor is not playing tonight. We already know that Javonte Williams is not playing. His season is done. Torn ACL, torn LCL. So, he might not even be back till, a little bit mid-season next year, maybe, or, so definitely going to hurt the Broncos in that aspects. Both teams have pretty solid defenses, to say the least here. So, you know, we'll see how that works out tonight here in Denver, Colorado, in the Mile High City. Obviously, the injuries and this and that nature here for the Colts here, not having Jonathan Taylor. That's, they got Naeem Hines. It's going to be a Naeem Hines show, and along with whoever else. Obviously, the Broncos went out and got Latavius Murray off the practice squad of the Saints. So, obviously, it's going to be the Melvin, and hopefully he doesn't fumble. Blue Notes, Gordon, and Latavius. Latavius, I'm everywhere on any team. Murray. So to help out Russ, and Russ, Russ actually played pretty well last week. Got a little nicked up and banged up coming into this game, but it seems to be all right. So obviously he's got Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton, two of his main dudes out there helping him out here. Obviously, we haven't seen Jeudy and Sutton have a good game together, but maybe tonight is the night that they both put it together. And Russell threw the ball around to 10 different receivers. There's some teams that barely don't even throw it to 10 different targets a game. So I like that there. I mean, the Colts here, obviously, there's a lot of disappointment, 1-3. Obviously, a lot of talk of Matt Ryan not returning next season. Obviously, talking about maybe Frank Wright being on the hot seat. Maybe he gets the can, but obviously their general manager, Jim Irsay, obviously he's pretty much on the hot seat as well. Reportedly, probably going to get the boot out of there. And so they'll bring somebody else new, some new blood in there, hopefully, to maybe right the ship a little bit. Because Indianapolis, they started to turn it around a bit, but now it's kind of this year, it's kind of injuries and just, uncertainty so far here. I mean, they're not quite out of it yet. But, if they lose here tonight, this really, puts a hamper on their season going forward here, obviously, in the AFC South, being that the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, came out of nowhere. The Texans were going to be the Texans. Anybody thought the Texans were going to, be competitive in that division was solely mistaken. They're gonna fight hard. Obviously, Lovie Smith is a well-groomed coach that, gets guys to play better than they should be, but sometimes we'll not get the W's and we'll have some heartbreaking losses. That is for sure. But Lovie Smith is definitely a qualified coach and obviously knows what he's doing down there. So, but obviously the Colts and the Broncos tonight. We got, what is the number here? We got the over/under at 42, I believe. I believe it's 42. Let's go check the number here. Yes, we got 42 here. Yes, 42 is the number of the over/under here. 3.5 here. And it's kind of surprising to see it actually at 3.5, considering the fact that, you know, so, for the Colts, who do we think, has a chance to have a really good game? I think Michael Pittman Jr. definitely is going to, do we see some Mo Alley Cock action? Do we see some Kyler Grayson here? Do we see, obviously Naeem Hines and whoever else they have, Alec Pierce maybe, maybe a rookie Alec Pierce. Maybe see you have a Pierce sighting here. Maybe a Jelani Woods sighting as well. Because, Matt Ryan loves the tight ends. And, as far as the Broncos go, Latavius Murray wouldn't be a bad guy to put your money on. Cortland Sutton, definitely. I mean, Jerry Jeudy Big Booty Judy could have a game tonight here. I mean, uh, obviously Russell Wilson here. I wouldn't be too shocked for to see him do pretty well here. Obviously, the defense here of the Broncos is really stout, but I mean, obviously the Colts have a pretty solid defense here. Obviously, I don't think there's no Shaquille, aka Darius Leonard, as for their defense here tonight, and so they've kind of they still have pieces there and guys there that can still get to the quarterback, and so I mean, we so yeah, it's 3.5. Obviously, is what right now 3.5. So obviously the Colts are the underdogs here tonight, road underdogs here, plus 147, and obviously we said over under 42 here. Just I don't know. It could possibly get close to that number tonight, but it just depends. Depends on what kind of game we have. If Russ gets out there, cooks, and then just the Colts just don't. Or we have a game where both teams, both Russ and Matt Ryan play well, but the defenses hold serve and it holds to a like a 24-17 ball game, or does this play out more like a 31-24 ball game here? Or 31 or 31-27, I mean, or something to that nature. I don't know. Obviously, we'll see tonight here. We obviously got some preseason action here in NBA. Obviously, we had early action here in the NBA today here between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks here. They were playing in Abu Dhabi here, the Abu Dhabi games here. So the Hawks came out there, on fire, and the Bucks did too. Both teams came out the game screeching here. Bucks putting up 33 in the first, Atlanta putting up 32, and Atlanta puts up 39 in the second. Bucks still put up 34, which is a promising number. And then, Hawks put up another 30 piece, and then, obviously the Bucks put 27. And then the fourth quarter was kind of a little bit low scoring game here. Hawks put 22, and the Bucks. So obviously a high scoring affair here. DeJounte Murray with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. Drew Holiday here, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists, was the leading scorer and the top performers for each team here. But we do have tonight here, we have the Miami Heat going to play in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center, taking on the Brooklyn Nets here. Both teams are 0-1 on the preseason. We have the 36ers and the Thunder here. The 36ers obviously upset the Suns here. Do they end up beating the Thunder, who ended up only losing by 2 points to the Mavericks? So we shall see here tonight what kind of game we have between the 36ers and the Thunder. The Orlando Magic are going into San Antonio tonight at the AT&T Center to take on the San Antonio Spurs. Both teams are 0-1 here. So Magic here, can they get some spark here? Obviously the Spurs, Popovich doesn't have the players that he normally has, so he's got to work with what he has. So it's going to be an interesting game, I should say the least. It's going to be an interesting game there in San Antonio. We got Maccabi Tel Aviv taking on the Portland Trailblazers at the Moda Center here in Portland, Oregon tonight. The Trailblazers are 0-2 so far on the season here. Maccabi here, they got beat up pretty handily by the Clippers up in Seattle at the Pledge Arena. So maybe they have a better showing against the Blazers tonight here, but we'll see how Damon company will play at home tonight. And last but not least, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Lakers playing at T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. But breaking news! Breaking news! There's been a stabbing. Two people have died. Two people are stabbed and dying. Six are wounded on the Las Vegas Strip. So I don't know tonight. Maybe this game gets canceled because of the circumstances of what has transpired. This happened about 40 minutes ago. It's coming over the wire right now. That we and we've also had a active shooter out there in Michigan. So lots of news and lots of interesting thing going on. Not to mention the assholes that were yelling and arguing at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning outside our house, and the police department didn't do nothing for it. So let's just say I'm not here to bitch about shit, but let's just say if you think you're safe nowadays where you're at, you're slowly mistaken. You're slowly mistaken. If you think you could take a vacation and go somewhere and have good times, and well, you better start preparing differently. That's all I'm gonna say. And ask the stupid protester that got knocked out by Bobby Wagner, and then he wants to sue Bobby Wagner. You're a dumb idiot. You're a dumb moron. So T-Wolves and Lakers definitely would be a nice game. I mean, hopefully it will go down tonight. They're playing at the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. Like I said, uh, 6 people are wounded. 2 people are actually dead. There was a stabbing on the Las Vegas Strip. I don't know exactly where it was at. This happened basically 30 minutes way before I even got on to do my show. But definitely want to break some news for people that are out there in Vegas. Be careful. And anywhere. I mean, not just Vegas, anywhere. Be careful anywhere where you're at. Be cognizant of who's out there, what type of people are around. If something doesn't look right, you either call the police or you just get the hell away out of the situation. And please inform people. And if you see something, basically post that shit, and that's be more proactive instead of being reactive. Can we do that? Can we do that once in our fucking civil lives, that people think that they're all, let's be proactive, not reactive. All right. So the Heat Nets, the 36ers Thunder, the Magic Spurs, the Maccabi Tel Aviv team taking on the Trailblazers, and the T-Wolves and Lakers if that game even goes down tonight, considering what has just transpired in the last less than an hour. So kind of just makes me not even like doing sports and talking sports when this shit happens, because it's an everyday occurrence. And then all our sorry ass government's gonna say is, oh well, when they're the ones that actively went out there and told people to kill the police and burn down the police stations and do all that nature. But we could lock all these people that were supposed Trumpers and walked up into January 6th. But we won't lock up these type of people, and wonder why we have a fucked society, and wonder why it's going to hell, and wonder why it's going to be, it's going to be utter chaos. And because people allowed it, yeah, the government might have perpetuated it and gaslighted it, but we, the stupid, idiotic people of this world, need to wake up and actually fucking see through the bullshit. And if you don't see, if you want to turn a blind eye to this shit, I don't want to hear you cry like you're some fucking poor victim and poor me. Well, go fuck yourself, okay? Respectfully, go fuck yourself. Now, last night we didn't do very well last night in our plays and parlays here, but we'll go over them here. We'll go over them as we do, as we should, and as we will. All right. We had the over 221.5 between the Pacers and the Hornets. We had the under 219.5 between the Cavaliers and the 76ers. We had the under 219.5 between the Raptors and the Celtics. We took the over 212.5 between the Suns and the Lakers. We took the over 211.5 points between the Mavericks and the Thunder. I took the Central Florida Knights minus the 3 on the spread, and the Edmonton Oilers money line. Well, the only 2 bets that covered for me was the over 112.5 points between the Suns and Lakers, and the University of Central Florida Knights minus the 3. They whooped that butt. Edmonton lost by a goal. The Mavs and Thunder went under. The Raptors and Celtics went over. The Cavaliers and the 76ers went over. The Pacers and Hornets actually went under. So we were 2-5 2-5. Today's play here. So let's let you know that me and my sister we came together and made a play today. So we're taking the over 210.5 in this Magic and Spurs game. We're taking the over 212.5 between the 36ers and the Thunder. We're taking the Lakers money line plus 262 tonight. We're taking the over 206.5 between the Maccabi Rana and the Portland Trailblazers. We're also taking the under 220.5 between the Miami Heat and the Brooklyn Nets. And we're taking the Denver Broncos minus the 3.5. So that is our plays. That is the parlay. If all those bets cover here, if those 6 teams cover the 6 legs of the parlay, our dollar will turn from $1 to $92.88. But we're also going to be putting together a nice player prop bet here. So we're going to get that started here pretty soon. But definitely wanted to get my chime ins on these games here. Obviously, definitely, some good matchups. Obviously, Heat and Nets is a good matchup. The Magic and the Spurs, the 36ers and Thunder, that's a decent matchup. And then we also got the Timberwolves. We got Timberwolves and Lakers, and also the Maccabi versus Trailblazers. Really good night of basketball. All right, so and there is no games today in the postseason. Playoff baseball will start tomorrow. Wild card baseball will start tomorrow. Hockey. We have preseason hockey. Let's see if we have some preseason hockey to talk to you guys about. Yes, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. The Battle of Florida. 2 teams that were affected by the Hurricane Ian. The New Jersey Devils and the New York Islanders. We have the St. Louis Blues and the Columbus Blue Jackets. We have the Chicago Blackhawks and the Minnesota Wild. We have the Las Vegas Golden Knights and the Los Angeles Kings tonight. So that is our obviously it's obviously the obviously our playoff. That's hockey for today. We got NBA for the day. There's no college football, shockingly, and obviously there is PGA. It's the Shriners Children Open. Has just started today, but I'm not a big golf guy, so I mean, I used to do it a lot here on my Yahoo free thing. We got NASCAR. We have NASCAR. It's going to be in Charlotte for the Charlotte Roval. So we got that coming up this weekend. So a lot of interesting sports to to basically watch this weekend and watch tonight here. And like I said, obviously, we didn't bet hockey tonight. We kind of stayed away from the hockey here. We went to the NFL and to NBA here because I'm a big fan of the NFL and also the NBA. I mean, am I say am I a guy that just kisses the NBA's ass and thinks that's not rigged? Oh, it is. By far, these games are rigged. They're set. And pretty much, you can kind of already see the writing on the wall or certain things by certain ways. But I mean, it's not like players are going out there to throw the games, but that's why you have referees that can actually call shitty calls or make bad things or just you know they can fuck up the game. Not necessarily meaning a team can really fuck up the game unless the team is just really terrible and they just they just don't want to come out there to play. But that is not the case here. But yeah. So that's what we had go down today. Alright. All right. All right. Looks like I lost all the games that I picked there. All right. Lost that there. Lost that one here. And also lost. Didn't do well there. Did not do well there, but hey. All right. So, yeah, so that's what we have here. Let's see. Let's look at our Bill Drone NFL player prop here. We'll look at some player props and props that obviously we are, you know, over under rush yards here. Let's see here. All right, Russell Wilson to have over 13 and a half yards rushing. Melvin Gordon. Philip Lindsay here. Okay, that's it could be an interesting, for the Indianapolis here. They signed Philip Lindsay here. He used to play for the Broncos here. Maybe a little bit of revenge here, maybe. But yeah. I mean, does Philip Lindsay does he get over 37 and a half? I mean, you got Naeem Hines over 34 and a half. I mean, it's a very interesting number. Mike Boone over 30 yards. I mean, I'm just kind of surprised I'm not seeing a Latavius Murray prop here. So I don't know. Maybe they have him, but they're not going to start him. So I don't know. We'll definitely have to look at that here as far as let's look at receptions here. Michael Pittman to have over 5.5. I mean, pretty much. And Alec Pierce to have over 2.5 is minus 143. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some of these guys here, the receptions is obviously it's kind of a no brainer here with some, but I mean, if Paris Campbell has under 1.5 catches here, it's plus 129. I mean, I don't know exactly how many catches, you know, but you got Mo Ali, you got Naeem Hines as well. You got Pittman here, there, Pierce. You got Ashton Doolin here. So I mean, Melvin Gordon to have over 2.5 receiving receptions. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, I don't hate that one here. And Ashton Doolin to have over 1.5. I mean, interesting. Well, you got Sutton to have over 5.5 and Judy to have over 4.5. So I mean, one of them's going to have more receptions and one of them will have the more of the yards. Let's see. Let's go look at receiving yards here. Let's look at the receiving yards props here. Obviously, Kylan Grayson to have over 15.5. Okay. All right. Paris Campbell to have over 21.5 yards. Jerry Jeudy to have over 53. Ashton Dolan to have over 13.5. Let's see. Moai Cox to have over 22. Nyheim Hines over 27.5. Let's see, Alec Pierce over 36.5. Cortland Sutton over 66.5. Michael Pittman over 59.5. I mean, that's not too bad. Melvin Gordon to have over 14.5 receiving yards. I mean, very, very interesting. Props to say the least here so far. So far, what I'm seeing here, kind of ones we like, which ones we don't like here. Let's see, passing yards here. Obviously, we got Russell Wilson's passing yards, and we also have Matt Ryan's. So Matt Ryan, over under 233 yards. Okay. Over Russell Wilson over 237.5. I mean Russ was cooking last game, so I mean 237. I mean it's plausible. Like I said, and Matt Ryan, if he's down, I mean, who's saying that he doesn't get any? But if Wilson goes under 237.5, it's minus 104. So I mean, kind of interesting to look there. Let's see about touchdowns here. Let's see. Obviously Matt Ryan to have over 1.5 touchdowns is plus 131. I mean, I don't hate that. I really don't, because I think Matt Ryan's gonna have to throw the ball here, unfortunately, and as he has so far in the season. So, but the thing is, where they have opportunities to get 2 touchdowns, of course. But I don't know. Russell Wilson have over one. I mean, that's a good one as well to take on. All right, pass interceptions here. Let's see here. All right, Wilson to have over a half of interception here. I mean, if Matt Ryan doesn't throw any interceptions or under a half an interceptions, which means he would have to throw 0 interceptions here. Ooh, that Russ throws more than one interception here. Minus 109, obviously, for Matt Ryan, it's minus 170. I mean, Russ that maybe throws, over a half. So I'm assuming it's 1. So if he gets 1 interception, he has over 1 interception. If Russ Wilson throws 1 interception, I don't mind that either. All right, let's look for first touchdown score here. This is always an interesting one here. All right, Melvin Gordon is plus 650. Obviously, Cortland Sutton is plus 750. Nyheim Hines plus 800. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy plus 900. Latavius Murray plus 1,000. Michael Pittman is plus 950. Mike Boone plus 1,000. Philip Lindsay plus 1,000. Deion Jackson plus 1,200. Moai Cox 1,600. Alec Pierce plus 2,000. Obviously, Russell Wilson to get the first touchdown. Obviously, rushing or receiving, obviously, or plus 2,000. Eric Sobert here plus 2,200. KJ Hamler plus 2,400. I mean, Paris. And I mean, obviously, so on and so forth here. Obviously, the no touchdown score, so which would mean that nobody the first touchdown score, nobody scores a touchdown. There'll be no touchdown score, which meaning nobody will score a touchdown, which would be all field goals. Which, then you have the Indianapolis Colts defense at plus 3,800. Obviously, Broncos defense is probably up here. I'm actually kind of shocked that the Broncos defense is not actually up here. Oh yeah, it is. It's plus 4,000 here if the Broncos defense gets the first score here. So some interesting news and notes here to say the least. But again, we'll read off our parlay play for today. So obviously. We got and the misery parlay here. 10-6 here. All right, so we got the under 220 points, 200, 220 and a half points in the Heat and the Nets. Heat and the Nets here, obviously minus. Then we have Broncos. Broncos minus the 3.5 on the spread here. That is minus 105. And obviously we have the over 210.5 points in the Magic and the Spurs. Minus 110. And we also took the over 112.5 points in the 36ers and the Thunder. And probably going to be an under, but sometimes you got to take a little bit of a risk. Then we have the over 206.5 points between Maccabi and the Blazers here. That's minus 110 here. And last but not least, we took the Lakers here. Lakers money line here. Plus 261 here. And we wagered $1 here in our cash out. If all six bets combined, we will turn that dollar into $92.88 here. So that's what we're looking at. That's what our plays are here. Obviously, we'll have our parlay. We'll get our player parlays here, probably here soon here. Discuss it with my sister, but we had to get up on here and talk about some. We had to talk about some sports here. We had to get, obviously, let's look at the fantasy here. We're gonna look at our fantasy football here tonight. Here, we want to make sure we got the right guys in tonight here. Obviously, let's see. We got Joe Burrow. T. Higgins, Waddle here. Firemouth. I got Curtis Samuel in there. All right. So, do we put Jerry Jeudy in here? Do we put Jeudy in tonight here? It looks like Judy's our only. Usually, Judy's our only guy here. Obviously, Jalen Waddle is questionable here. T. Higgins is questionable, and so is obviously Curtis Samuels here. But we'll see about that here. All right, Waddle is groin here, though he's not out of the woods just yet. Waddle returned to practice in some capacity after sitting out. Wednesday's session is a good sign for his chances for suiting up Sunday against the Jets. If he's able to upgrade to fully active Friday, Waddle will likely enter the weekend without an injury designation and shouldn't face any restrictions. He will, however, be catching passes from a new starting quarterback in Week 5. Teddy Bridgewater filling in. So, so how does that affect his obviously he was a limited participant. T. Higgins here. And they're playing the Ravens, so we'll have to see there. And then we have Curtis Samuel here. All right. Samuel remained home for a second day in a row while he continues to recover from an unspecified ailment here. The Commanders are hoping Samuel makes enough progress overnight to return to the field in some capacity Friday, but for the time being, his availability for Sunday's game against Titans looks to be in flux. Washington's already expected to be down one of its starting wideouts this weekend, and rookie Jahan Dotson hamstring, who was working off to the side at practice Thursday for a second day in a row here. So I don't know. We'll see here. If Samuels can't give it a go here, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll feel better. He's just got a sickness, but Dotson's got a hamstring, so we obviously have Rashad Bateman out here, so and the Colts here. Colts are actually the fourth stingiest defenses to wide receivers, so interesting. So Judy here, maybe we just we'll let on this team here we'll let Judy. All right, so this one we have the Broncos. We have Broncos defense here tonight, which I'm not scared to start here. I'm definitely not scared to start here. That's definitely. Say him in there. I don't know. Hufanga might be, just put Hufanga in here. All right. So that looks like that's the only guy we got here is basically the Broncos defense here. So we'll see about that here. We're 2-2 here in this team here. And the Reckless Youngins here. Let's see what we got here as far as this team here is considered. We got T-Law here. We got Nick Chubb, here, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, David Njoku. Rams defense here. We got Brian Robinson. We got George Pickens here. All right. So nobody on. So we don't got anybody playing for us here. So that's good there. All right. So let's look at our Let's go look at NFL.com here. Check out our NFL.com. See if we need to make some moves or see what we can do as far as getting ourselves, ready here. Obviously for the game here tonight. Obviously, it's a tough matchup here. All right. So all right, so let me drop a player here. I'm going to drop, I forgot to drop Javonte Williams here, so. And like I said, I pretty much got enough running backs here. Running back safeties here. I mean, I got Christian McCaffrey, got Nick Chubb here. We got Brees Hall here, and we got Dave Montgomery here. And we got Russ here. Do we dare put Russ in here? Danger Russ here. And he was limited, so Herbert has been stepping in pretty well here. So, all right, yeah, Wilson here. Obviously, Wilson is in the Bengals here. I mean, Bengals obviously give up the fourth fewest here compared to the Colts here. I mean, does Russ cook here? And or do I just take the risk here and ride out the risk here with who I have here? So that's obviously we have a available roster spot here. So we want to add a player here. Let's look at what players we can add here. Obviously from all the players here that you're looking at here. Josh Reynolds, Mounds, Noah Brown, Justin Fields. All right, running back wise here, I mean, do we take the Pachenko here just for a Monday night stash here? A Monday night stash here. I mean, he does have a rushing touchdown, so yeah. That way we have a saving grace for Monday here, because you know me, I always like having those saving graces for Monday here. So, all right, so all right, so we're gonna put Bailey Zappi here. We're gonna put Bailey Zappi in here. All right. Yankees, Browns, Philadelphia Eagles, evens. Well, I think everything else is good. We don't have anybody for Thursday night, so yeah. We're gonna see how Bailey Zappi responds. He's gonna be playing at home, so he's gonna have a lot of reps. I mean, assuming he is the guy here. All right, we got Trevor Lawrence here. We got Kenny Pickett here. And then we have our DeAndre Swift here. We got Big Booty Judy here. We got Big Booty Judy and Michael Pittman here. So, I mean, both, if you look at it, Denver, Denver gives up the third least points to wide receivers. And the Colts give up the fourth fewest. So both of these guys, both of these have a pretty tough matchup here. So, I mean, and they're probably going to lock down, obviously probably Pittman's going to get locked down more than anything here, but he's obviously the better option here. So maybe just maybe we sit. Well, I sat Judy in one other one. Do I sit Michael Pittman? Do I take the risk? Do I take the risk and sit Michael Pittman? No, I think we'll sit Judy again here, and we'll put. What we can do this here. I mean, that's all I can really think of right now here. So that's that here. All right, let's go over here. Boom, boom, boom. Go to Yahoo. Hopefully get this fucker the death penalty. All right. I mean, it looks like it looked like it was in the front of the Bellagio. All right. Alrighty. Let's go to this here. Zach Wilson is a sleeper. I mean, hey, that's quite possible. Quite possible. Obviously, you got to pick tonight's game here. I didn't pick last. So we're going to go Denver here. We're going to go Denver. And most points this week here. Shit. Let's see. I'm going to say Tampa, maybe. I mean, looking outside in here, maybe Tampa. I mean, Let's say we're gonna say Tampa here. We're gonna go Tampa takes the most. And who gets the least amount of points this week? Oh man, that's gonna be tough. Shit. I mean, mm, I mean, do we dare say? Do we dare say Houston? I mean, I don't know. They might score some points. Let's say Chicago. I was thinking they're playing the Vikings here. Say Tampa scores the most. Chicago. All right. So you got that there. All right. All right. We got Garoppolo here, or we could play Gucci Garoppolo, or we take Russell Wilson here tonight. We already got Jerry Judy in here, so obviously T.J. Hawkinson here. He returns, so he's returning. So obviously he. Um. I mean, they project Wilson to go off tonight, but it's a short week here. A short week here, and we'll take Jerry Judy out, even though that's probably gonna. I mean, I almost feel like I should start Russell Wilson here. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Let's do that here. I mean, Carolina. I mean, who knows? Garoppolo might end up be flooding. Oh boy, but and we'll do that here. We'll put Russ in. Jerry Judy. I don't know. I'll leave Jerry Judy out here. So all right. All right, we got Derek Carr Monday night here. Obviously, Damian Pierce. We got Jamal Williams here. Oh shit! Yeah, see, I was able to have got Denver's defense here. So, all right, put them in here. All right, there we go. Bang bang. All right, so that looks pretty good. I mean, I think I like what I see here. And let's see here. Let's go to the Dirty Mud Dogs here. The Dirty Mud Dogs. We got Aaron Rodgers. We got Cooper Kupp. We got Tyreek Hill. Nick Chubb. We got Jelini. I mean, hmm. Yeah, see, is the interesting. And we got Jelani here. I mean, he's kind. I don't know, man. It's weird. Maybe he really relies on him more. But let's see what they have as far as tight ends here. All right. Well, they got Higby. They got Disley here. Yeah, Disley's definitely stepping it up here. He's been targeted a lot here. Same thing with Higby here. Higby against the Cowboys here. I don't have him, so maybe I take Higby here. Get rid of this Jelani Woods guy here. I mean, all right. All right, so that takes care of business there. So, all right, so it looks like we took care of business here in our fantasy wise here. Obviously, we're gonna get to our prop building here. So tomorrow we'll get into some sports here. Hopefully, you'll be able to do my pops here, talk a little bit of sports, and get our sports betting that we always do here. There'll be some MLB playoffs start tomorrow. There'll be the 4 games. There's going to be some college football. Obviously, there's going to be some NBA. Um, so we'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Fresh and Funky Show here saying please be safe, please be vigilant, and don't don't just be a fool out here thinking that you're safe and somebody's going to save you. Don't think the police or the government or your neighbors or whoever's going to save you. Please rely on yourself. Rely on yourself because that's the only person you can trust at the end of the day is yourself. Trust your instincts. Don't be fooled, and don't be the prey. Be better, not bitter. And I'm out.